Hey yo, we got ourselves a little Rogue Company microtransaction controversy. It's taken the Reddits and the Twitter by storm. And for those that don't know, on September 2nd, Rogue Company dropped an update called Retail Therapy, a very fitting name given the context, where they opened up the store for the first time. This is the first time you've been able to directly buy cosmetics with microtransaction. Previously, your only option was the Founders Pack, which came with cosmetics, but obviously you didn't really have a choice in the matter. It was just whatever they were offering for the different packs. So now you can actually buy something directly that you want, whether it's an emote or the skins that are available. Now the problem is that they came in pretty high price-wise, and this has started, like I said, the Reddits and the Twitter to start having this dialogue about, is this too much? Is this another example of predatory behavior by developers for these free-to-play games? I always say, as consumers, we should not be in the business of trying to defend, corporations, companies, developers. Our bottom line is our wallets, our own personal wallets. What their bottom line is, that's on them, because at the end of the day, these skins are worth whatever people are going to pay for them. Developers don't make video games for altruistic reasons. This isn't a charity. They're out here to make money, especially with these free-to-play games that kind of, live or die based on their active players and the people who are actually spending money on things that are ultimately optional. So the idea of this video is I just kind of want to break down everything that's going on, what the prices are in the store, what people are saying kind of on both sides, and make some suggestions for the future to improve the offerings on the store, and also add a little context and stuff that I've already heard confirmed from the developers. If you're not as super into the game as me, then you probably haven't caught all these little snippets of information that the devs have said or mentioned on Twitter or whatever. And why would you? I just really like this game, so I'm pretty keen on keeping up with these little drips of information. So this video is going to wrap it all up in a nice little package, and I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. As you can see from the channel, I'm not a really big YouTuber, so I will see it and I will likely get back to you. All right, my friends, let's get into the nitty-gritty. This is how the store launched. Initially, you can see it has a typical color scheme, green all the way to gold in terms of tiers. This is the most expensive item in the store, 2,000 Rogue Buck Legendary Skin. And then we have the variety of different tiers here. There's actually a blue skin for Dallas, rare. It cost 1,200 Rogue Bucks. I bought it, so I guess I'm part of the problem. I'm a fucking whale giving into these microtransactions. But I did it for a reason. I'll explain in a second. But also, I'm just a Dallas main. I have been since Alpha. He's my guy. When I saw that he had a skin in the store, one of the first skins that you're able to purchase, was like, you know what? I've been playing the game for free since Alpha. The Alpha access gave me access to the closed beta. Never bought a Founders Pack or anything like that. I was like, this is the time to cough up a little bit of dough, support the cause. I really want Rogue Co to succeed. And I was in for a little bit of a realization when I went over here to buy the currency. The tiers are just a little bit tough to accept. For a 1,200 Rogue Buck skin, I had to buy the $25 tier. And this is something that, like I said, if you guys have been playing these type of games before, it's something that we're all kind of used to, right? There's a set amount of tiers available to buy the currency, but the currency never really matches up well to what the prices are in the actual cosmetic store. You're always going to have that awkward tier that you need to buy. You're always going to have a little bit left over. You can see here I have 1,600 Robux left over after buying the skin. So that right there is always going to be an issue, but like I said, it also appears in most of these type of games, so clearly it works, right? So for a 1,200 Rogue Buck skin, I had to buy $25 worth of currency given what my options were. And just to cover these next two, you can see here $40 gives you plus 1,000 bonus value, and this one $100 gets you 13,500, an extra value of 3,500 Rogue Bucks. So and what even hurt the most is that the little value proposition for the $25 bundle, the extra 300, didn't really make it any sweeter for me. So I bit the bullet. I want to buy it so I can speak on it. I'm also lucky enough to have some disposable income during these trying times. So again, Dallas Maine wants to support the game. They got me. They got me. Okay, I got. I'm a whale, but I do think that there are a couple of issues with the game right now that is compounding the microtransaction controversy, if we can call it that I want to kind of review right now. So the first thing is that we have this currency called reputation, right? Reputation you earn through these contracts, and you just earn them organically by playing the game. You can use reputation right now to unlock rogues. So, like I mentioned, I never bought the Founders Pack. We're going to get to the Founders Pack in a second, actually. Never bought it. So, Glitch and Talon were locked to me originally. So, I was able to grind reputation and unlock them for free. Now, the price of these rogues vary. I'm not sure what exactly sets their price, but to give you an example, Glitch was 15,000 reputation, but a character like Phantom is 10,000. Or a character like Vi, 10,000. A character like Scorch, 5,000. Now, you can also, of course, buy them with the Rogue Bucks, but this Rogue unlocking with reputation is the only progression system in the game that utilizes the reputation currency, the free currency that you are earning. So when people who've been playing a lot more than I have, like I said, I spent some of mine, but also haven't been grinding too much. I'm only level 35. They're feeling a little bit hard done by because they probably have, and if they bought the Founders Pack, they probably have way more currency than I do because they have nothing to spend it on. You go into your rogue here. You can see this is what it's like when you actually have a skin to put on, right? You can put on your little outfit, but there's nothing. I can't unlock a weapon skin with my reputation. I can't do anything. Emote sprays, nothing with reputation. No reputation unlocks. Now, that is something to give you guys a little bit of context. That is something that they are working on. They have a little roadmap. We're currently in phase 2, and this reworked, not reworked, just new, I guess we can call it, progression system is going to include options to grind a rogue and have stuff to unlock with them just by experience or reputation, I would imagine. But the problem is that everybody has a lot of reputation if they've been playing, especially if they had the Founders Pack. And then when you go to the store, the only thing that you've been really able to unlock to differentiate yourself is locked behind these microtransactions. So I feel people's pain. I understand where they're coming from. And that's kind of the point. If the developers had led with something else, right? Like say an update dropped that kind of added some more things to grind for, whether it was just by experience with the rogue or buying cosmetics with reputation, then we would be probably a little bit more receptive, or more people would probably be receptive. There's always going to be people complaining, right? This is the internet. Come on. But would have been a little bit of less uproar. There wouldn't be the boycott, please don't buy skins threads that you're seeing on Reddit right now. So I sympathize with that. I wouldn't go as far to boycott anybody because remember, guys, this game is free, right? The devs need to make a little bit of money. I'm a sucker. I caved, but you don't have to, right? Like all this stuff is optional. You don't need to. I'm sure at some point you guys are gonna get tired of looking at your character's same skin. You're gonna want like something that's a little fly, maybe get a cooler wingsuit, whatever. I get that, but ultimately this stuff is optional, so you can skip it. But this brings me to my next problem, which is the Founders Pack. Rogue Company is free to play, but it's in closed beta. So in order to get into the closed beta, you had to find a key somewhere. It's pretty easy if you're paying attention. You might have to, you don't get that immediate, return with some of these things like giveaways or just like submitting your email, waiting for the key releases. But you could have waited and got it for free. But most people because I think the devs were intentionally ambiguous about this, they started making their money on these founders packs because people saw people playing the game. They're like, oh, how do I get the game? Oh, it's in closed beta. You can get a founders pack. Oh, so I have to get the founders pack to play the game? Yeah. That conversation probably happened a lot of times, but you never needed to do it. In fact, one of my first Rogue Company videos, it was actually my beginner's guide. I said, you don't have to spend any money to play this game. But given the way the closed beta was released, a lot of people probably, especially on console, probably bought one of these founders packs, thinking like, okay, this is going to get me to the beta and I'm going to get some stuff. A decent value proposition, but you could have got the key for free, right? And when the game does completely launch out of beta, it's going to be free to play. So I think with the founders packs being the way that they are, a lot of these people who are complaining about the cost of these microtransactions are probably founders pack buyers who got like a little bit bamboozled. There's no other really way to say it. They're like, oh, I got to buy the founders pack to get in, and maybe later, like I was trying to tell everybody who would listen, yo, you don't need to buy anything. But so many people I know just did. They're like, oh, I'm not gonna sit in a stream and wait for a drop. I'm just gonna buy the thing and play right now. And I'm like, okay, like this is the world we live in, right? We want that immediate feedback. Like, I want this, I'm gonna go get it instead of just waiting. But again, this is the other part of it that kind of compounds the microtransaction issue. So with all of that said, and to wrap up this video and stop rambling, the lack of progression systems with both reputation and just experience overall with your rogues and having things to unlock, plus the fact that a lot of people probably bought founders packs to get into the beta, is just a recipe for disaster for how this store was rolled out. It's always easier to reduce prices as opposed to raise them. And hopefully with constructive feedback, like no death threats or name calling or whatever, keep the feedback constructive. I'm sure we can get some positive changes out here. But with all that said, thanks for watching the video. I'll see you for the next one. Peace out.